Kennedy, do you think that clothes define a person?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, like, everybody has a style. So, like what I wear is just, like, basic. So, like, I'm basic.
Sienna, do you think that clothes define a person?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I think the colors and if like someone wears jeans every day, maybe they don't like their legs or like maybe they just really like jeans and that can tell you the type of person that they are.
Okay, do you think that clothes define a person?
Clothes define a person? I don't think it defines a person, but if you have good drip, you know what I'm saying, you get a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? You look a little better. So I would say keep your drip up, but it doesn't define who you are.
Do you think that clothes define a person?
Yes,
Why?
because like everyone has their own style and like style defines your personality.
Mr. Price, do you think that clothes define a person?
I think they can if they want them to, but I don't think they need to.
Why?
Well, I think that a person's clothing, I think how a person dresses can certainly be can be representative of maybe the kind of music they listen to. It could be really representative of a lot of things, but yeah, I mean, I think yeah, they can certainly represent. It can be certainly your clothing can certainly represent you. It doesn't have to, but I think it can if you want it to.
I know.
Donnie, do you think that clothes define a person?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because me personally, I don't really think it does. But to other people, yeah. Like, I've been called racist just from wearing, like, a hat and having a mullet and wearing jeans. So, to me, no, but...
Jimmy, do you think that clothes define a person?
Yes,
Why?
because I judge people based off of what they wear.
Sam, do you think that clothes define a person?
Yes.
Why?
If you dress like a bum, you're probably a bum.
Miss Page, do you think that clothes define a person?
I don't think they necessarily define a person, but I think it gives the person the opportunity to express themselves.
Miss Hellman, do you think that clothes define a person?
I don't think they define a person at all, but I think it's one way that people can express themselves.
Do you think that clothes define a person?
No, I don't think so at all.
Why?
Because I think a person is so much more than what they have on their body, like their mind, their talents, their abilities, what they do in life, those types of things.
Do you think that clothes define a person?
No,
Why?
because I feel like so many people have so many different styles, and it's just like your way of expressing yourself. Like one day you probably want to dress like a bum, but then the next day you want to look like nice. So I feel like it doesn't really matter.
Joachim, do you think that clothes define a person?
No, not really.
Why?
Because just defined by what clothes you wear doesn't make any sense.
Thank you.
Clothes define a person?
No.
Why?
Because I like wearing funky clothes to school, so I'm comfortable.
Grayson, do you think clothes define a person?
No.
Why?
I think that your clothes are what you make of them. If you want them to define you, they can. If you don't, they don't.
Amir, do you think clothes define a person?
Yes.
Why?
Because no like mean shit, but like if you come to school just looking like who did it and why, that's just like why. What are you doing? Go home and go change real quick.
Kylie, do you think what you wear defines you?
No,
Why?
because you can wear whatever you want and doesn't.
Do you think clothes define a person?
No.
Why?
Because you could be broke like Daniel said, but it's all about characteristic.
Dior, do you think clothes define a person?
Most definitely.
Why?
I can say that because my first week coming to the school, I came with black Air Forces, and people had the thought I was running in their cribs and doing this and that. But overall, I'm a bigger person, and I look out for everybody else.
Ms. Grashaw, do you think clothes define a person?
I do not think that clothes define a person at all.
Why?
Why? I think clothes add to the person, but the person's the character, their integrity, their compassion, their positivity. A person defines themselves. The clothes just add to it.
Tommy, do you think clothes define a person?
No.
Why?
Because
why?
because I wear a basketball shirt and I don't even play basketball.
Shane, do clothes define a person?
No, because I like to cross dress.
Ryan, do clothes define a person?
Yes.
Why?
Because if you dress like an idiot, then you're probably an idiot. So, like, if you dress ugly, then you're probably ugly.
Thank you.